No, g'day, Trader Sam here from TradetoProspa. Looking at Chile's CHZ, and we've known that it's done very well with this bounce, but what are we seeing is pretty much weakness in the market and no follow through. So when we look at this structure of late, um, it's clear evidence that there's a top trend line or channel resistance, and so far we got two bottom pivot levels, and uh, and that's why we have and something in the middle. Now, when we look from a macro perspective, um, you can see that obviously that's accumulation of some sort, and the breakout is the top. What I see from this level, this straight, daily chart, it's just straight. So to me, that can't be wave five because there is no intermittent, there's no resting spot. There is no wave three and four here. So I'm just saying that this is wave one and two. Whatever point you take, you can take that as point two, point 1, 0, 1, and then upwards. There is no 3, 4 here. And so for me, that's 3. And this complex structure usually is 4. Where is the bottom of 4? That's the trick to this. So from a macro perspective, we got 1, 2, 3 levels of confluence, which justifies a trend line as a resistance. 2 doesn't. 3, 4, or 5 very much does. And we also have a support level with 2 pivot points. So the chart is looking good. So what we can do is apply a channel with Fibonacci, and we could probably make sense of some levels of being support and resistance. Um, but like if you follow my methodology, you'll find something there, and but it's not going to help you trade. It's just going to explain certain things. So what we've seen so far is we have a grind line that just keeps going, and then when it drops that grind line, and in this case there's a winding structure, and that is a bearish structure in nature. So that top formation broke down once we lose that trend line, and you can see how much it went down. So can we say that this is doing the same? Are we having another broadening structure of some sort? Well, that is a structure on the top, and maybe we have something like that as well. Who knows? At the moment, we don't know what structure is taking place. We only have bits of the puzzle. What we do have is levels as well. So if we lose this level, definitely we're going to come down. How far we're going to come down? Well, we'll use Fibonacci, and we can just put the 618 there and potentially think that's going to be support. So our support level for this downward is roughly here at the moment, right? So if this grind line is looking like it's dropped, and so now we're going to have uh, what I believe a slow decay to the downside. Um, and my belief is that either we have a lower high and we do something, and then we find a breakout like that. That's a bullish perspective, or we break this new grind line, which is like I just showed you, and we come down. In other words, this level here becomes our resistance long term. So that's taken a lot of. So we've broken above, we're trying to hold it, and it doesn't look like it. So if we were to drop below it, we could easily do this as well. Um, that's a bullish version, but that could be the bearish version as well. And we come back down here. So we'll come back down for a double bottom. Definitely a trading spot. Definitely a buy. But what is it going to do after that? Don't know. So this channel will obviously have a middle section to it. So let's see if there's going to be any confluence in the middle. Right. So yeah, there is confluence. You can see how the middle has taken place. So if we drop this middle section and let's just put this a bit higher, maybe maybe it's just a 618 or the 0.5. One of those is going to be our support. So we can say in there we're going to find support, and if it doesn't break above this, it's going to retest this level, and if it finds a rejection, it's likely to continue down. And then we look for the double bottom swing trade and make the most of it, and it's likely to further come down. And this is my level of interest, and so that's what I'm looking at the moment. So that's my perspective in terms of here. There was a short entry there, and but looking on this daily chart, if we come in close, we'll look at that. There's a swing, yeah. So that top level was a perfect entry, and I think that's what happened to Bitcoin as well. That was a bit of a capitulation. The double top here. Look at this, like indecision. Like this is unreliable trading. To drop all that and then regain it and then lose it all again, the market will lose confidence in that you wouldn't buy it. It's just like unreliable crypto. You can say price is just being pumped and dropped. So it's no one's looking to hold it for long term. So I wouldn't hold chilies for a long time until we see some accumulation structure. This is clearly accumulation, and it's not one of the best, I gotta admit. So that was our level. We had our selling climax there, and our I suppose a secondary test and maybe even a spring, and then it's an orthodox structure in a way, but maybe that was the trend line. So there was a bit of a reversal structure there, but it's just not one of the clear ones that I can see. So when we look at this, this is a Fibonacci. FibFan will probably fit into that. Look at this. So when we lost that last bit of it, it dropped. So now you can see this is likely to continue down. And in between, I don't see there's anything there except for this fib level. So 618, this level here, where the resistance was, is probably where it's going to head to. Definitely. Pretty confident with that one. I think it will come down, and then we're going to see what takes place. And if we adjust it a bit, it could continue down. There's some levels there, and if we were to apply this from top to bottom and make it such a way, yep, that's. I'm just looking at a few things. Reverse this. Okay, so there's a lot of there is a lot of confluence for this to be a bit of a little bounce, and then we might just look for shorting opportunity because we have a downtrend, guys, and there's not going to be any reversal. We might even add our 10 and 20 moving average. Let's see what that does. So the 10 is currently acting as a resistance, and if we'll look at, actually might just add a template. No, why not? Just do the RSI, the MACD. Yeah, so we've seen that rejection on the MACD as well. And just get that rid of for now. Definitely a down. Like, look at this big bearish divergence. So the double top was very there, clear. I missed that entry. Bummer. Look at that. That is a bearish divergence, and this is pretty much double top. And now, what we're looking at here, it's starting to split apart. You can see the histogram showing that that's starting to split apart a bit. So finding a good entry would be nice, but we're not done yet because this could be a double bottom as well. So you can't short now, that's for sure. That trend line is definitely was holding it, dropped, but it could still cut. It could still come there before we do an entry. So we just got to be careful. I would rather see this come up before we make a trade entry. Yeah, a bit of a bearish daily candle. It could come back up, and I'll be interested to shorting somewhere around here where there was before. Bit of so that's a bear flag, pretty much. Come there, find some resistance, and then further down. So we might see another bear flag of some sort. So I'm bearish, and I'm going to leave that, guys. But yeah, so we have our levels. If you could see closely, I do feel like this is going to continue down to this neckline of support. We can see here was also another level. We have all these little micro levels. Yep. All these little micro levels are going to have support. So I think this will be the first support level. So this continues down. Finding a good entry will be good. I'm not sure why my tools aren't showing. Interesting enough. A bit of something weird there going on. So I can't delete them. But individually click on them. So what we can see probably, sometimes it happens like this. You have a bear flag in the making like that. Down. So if we were to get up a bit, even lower, so what we can do is just put our 618 there for the time being from top to bottom. Reverse. Where's my... So definitely here could be a good resistance level. So that level there. That level could be our resistance or the top. So we can see that coming, maybe like that. But I'm expecting a bear flag of some sort. Don't know what it is. Or it could just be right there, really bearish and just drop. But this is a level of support that I think very close to it. That is a level of support. And that was coming from this level here. And also here. So this level is going to be support. The bear flag might just drop a bit more before we start going up. Could I add any more to that? No, not really. That's probably done. That's it there. We've got a few things there. So that's one aspect there. We've got our pivot, one pivot point there. We've got our others there. So it's currently almost, and it's a 0.5 fib. So we might start seeing it from here. Do we see any potential moves yet? Not yet. If we look on the 4 hour, any reversals? No, not yet. Does anything look bullish there? No, not there yet. Okay. And let's see on the small time frame. Okay, so I would use this on the 4 hour and see what it takes place. I would be looking for a level to break as a reversal. Could be a swing trade. I like to see it drop more and see a strong reversal candle. So yeah, so what I'm looking for is a sign that comes down and then up. So if we get a good nice wick on a 4 hour strong wick, then we could start seeing something like that. Very similar to this actually, but that was a real hard drop. So we might see something more like that in the case. Looking for a reversal, we have our levels. So we have at this level, and let's see what bottom formation takes for us to go back long. And it's just a small trade I'm looking for, and I'm not expecting much. Like I said, some sideways ranging, and that could be a macro reversal as well. Okay, that can be a reversal formation as well. So Not out of the woods yet. This could be a reversal, so I might change my mind. That's a bullish version. So wait, just need to be patient and see what takes place. But that is the bullish version, and the other one is this could go down as well. Like I said, so area of interest. Sorry guys, but I can't really help much. This is an ugly area, and it really comes down to Bitcoin what it does. So we'll leave it at that. Got a bit of a husky voice at the moment from a cough. Please give me a like and share. Hopefully gives you some direction on what Chile's about to do or how to approach it. And thank you for listening. Talk to you soon. Cheers.